try this once more. Again, all geared up for a third to last final of the day. Field is off and away. Green flag already waving. Pearson already off to the inside. A little bit of contact, a lot of contact. Chaos reigns. Pearson involved. We have at least 2, 3, 4 carts off.
Big moment there from everyone up in the run here early on. And that, again, you don't win a race turn 1, lap 1, but you can certainly lose it here, as this 12 minutes plus 2 laps is going to feel really long for a few of these drivers. Dive up the inside into turn 6, multiple dives up the inside, outside for turn 6. Can you work the long way around to force back into the inside? You can try contact there, and that's another cart off into the wall.
More drivers continue to kick themselves off the racing surface. Constant mistakes building up already early on in this one. Already we have an error, 2 more off the racetrack. That is in the run, built up around 11 and 12, rather 7 and 8. So all sorts of chaos reigns. At least 4 or 5 carts, I think, might have pickup alone in this race and amidst some of the chaos. But up front, who's in the lead in all this? Well, it's Matheson, of course, with Hudman behind.
I can tell you one of the carts that ran off was Nick Farley, now down into 9th, has dropped well down the order here as the carts kind of reset themselves along. We get a better sense of who is where. Matheson in first, Hudman in second, Gonzalez and Apple the top 4 here, with Camilla Fortune in 5th place. Alexander Savage in P6, Ashton Pearson to 7th, Poland Farley and Thaddeus Coker, your top 10 as they go here. So tons of drivers mixed up in lots of different places. We're only 2 minutes into this thing. We're only 2 minutes in, and we've already had this much of a mix-up here early on.
Kind of solidifies what has kind of been the case in the second half of the day so far. Chaos reigns supreme sometimes. We're seeing that right now. Thaddeus Coker going to be an interesting case to see if that holds right now. Remember, one of the drivers who had some ups and downs last time, Santoro, one of the drivers looking to get back from a down after the chaotic beginning. Tobias Matheson, though, has Hudman all over. Hudman is one of those drivers that races everywhere in terms of the state. Talked with his family before on previous dates. One of the drivers who remember the storyline when it comes to the wintertime. Had one race that was the K1 State Championship in one city in Orlando. Had a race in Jacksonville on the other hand. It was originally supposed to be with the Apex scheduling, based on what they were assuming to be the plan. They were going to have him race originally in the state championship in the morning and then compete in the Apex race in the afternoon on the return back after rushing up the highway. Of course, the schedules were flipped around for that respective day of the championship for K1. So, priority went to the race in Jacksonville that time. In other words, Hudman's a racer. And right now, Hudman is racing pretty hard to find a way up to the race lead for the first time this weekend.
Yeah, Hudman racing Tobias Matheson here, who's leading right now. And I'll tell you right now, looking at the Carter DB database, there's not a lot of info on Tobias Matheson here in Carter DB. Has a consistent run through here, a few races through the season in the T4 Junior category, but currently is leading here in T4 Junior in round 4 of the FLkC as they compete very, very hard up in the front going through. Has ran a few runs in T4 Kartplex, ran rounds 1 and 2 of FLkC as well here going through, and now as we watch going through is just keeping the run around the outside. We sweep through turn 6 to the inside for 7. Hudman now able to make the move up on Matheson. Matheson returns the favor, dive back down into 9 and 10 we go, and gets the pass back here, back up into the, after losing the lead for literally a corner.
Yeah, didn't lose it for too long there, and Hudman with that. Now down to the 3rd spot indeed as a result of everything. Still, 8 minutes to go up on the board for these drivers to plot and plan. Hippo in particular, one of the competitors expecting a lot more when it comes to what we see here at the end of this one. One of the competitors we've seen on Kart Chaser before in various broadcasts, including this series. Also runs over in Music City. Was a top competitor there last time they ran there. In fact, you can see Hudman try to attack him Didn't work. Hudman lost an air spot from it.
Got to go for the move, though. Got to go for the move, but you got to be careful and make sure it doesn't cost you more than what you're going to get. Certainly tried the opportunity there, gave it a good old, I got to say it, the good old college try, but wasn't able to capitalize and make it stick. Now we'll try for it again, though, and we'll see if Hudman is able to make an opportunity come into the final half of the lap and make a pass along here, as Gonzalez is very comfortably trying to hold that second place, while it's uncomfortable to have a bunch of carts right behind you there, nose to tail, because you know if one of them goes for a pass, you're not just losing one place. If you're lucky, you are probably losing two, maybe three. You never know here as we come across the line. What's the gap from first to second as it resets? It's 3/4 of a second now.
You can just see where everything goes for a lot of the other drivers as we go late in this one. 6 minutes to go on the clock. Right now, you see how things are faring out for some of the battles across track. Right now, Matheson's gap growing. Right now, the Savage Machine. Right, Thaddeus Cocker when it comes to the 206s, though, on screen. They put away 5 seconds from everybody else. Savage all weekend hasn't had the starting position, feels like, in these races, but has had the ability to cut to the front every single time. Has always found his way to the top of the pylon within a couple minutes of the race start.
Yeah, this is one of those kind of watching through of who is fastest, who is slowest. Roman Pullen, the 222 here, fastest on track of anyone going through with a 107.039 on lap 3. That is your best lap. But taking a look at Ashton Pearson, was fastest last time across the line. And as we cross the line this time, well, who's the fastest on track now? It's still Ashton Pearson, who's up into P4 and can try to find some more time as they go through. And watching the 206 junior category here, fastest part of anyone there, well, it's Thaddeus, the 780 part in 10th place, who is running consistently faster than Alexander Savage by a 10th, by a 100th, by some margin, but is still floating along in second place at the moment.
All sorts of musical chairs, if you will, in terms of the various drivers looking to fight it on out here. Right now, nothing doing for the most part except for third. See some of the drivers going door to door yet again. Well, amongst those, get moved a little bit ahead of all the chaos in the second spot. But as you can see, drivers, Paget, like some of the others, just trying to figure out what can they do to be up there like the others with the way things are going. After all, as things go, Matheson and April are 1 and 2 for now. Will that change again? Yes. There is lap traffic ahead. That was where the confusion line came to be. That Santoro, who moves to the left side of the racetrack, now causes a slow with the left side coming up for the others. It's so difficult to choose where you want to be as lap traffic. You have to keep your head on a swivel and be predictable.
That you do, and we've seen lap traffic cause big incidents time and time again throughout this weekend. So you have to really be aware of what's coming up and what's going to happen, and you've got to just watch it as these carts go through, as the battles continue. Look at this there, swipe through, dive around, try to stick through, and a great pass there for position heading along, and now just watching over the shoulder as the carts dive down into the Schumacher and Prost corners. And now you see a very clear hand signal that let's keep going ahead here. Let's keep charging while we can is the answer of the question of, well, now what here? As everyone's trying to close up the gap to Tobias Matheson across the line here, and everything shuffles. Pearson up into second here, looking to get back up into the front. It has some quick drivers behind to help.
See just how much that help is coming up quickly. Pearson, winner of the pre-final, right to the bumper yet again. Pullen look to try and angle the run differently for Fangio. Might be trying to coil up something because they're starting to rip away Matheson for the bottom. Matheson, though, still have the momentum up top. Now they nearly run into each other. That was very close to Pearson running over the left rear tire. He'll take the inside shower, bring Pullen with them. Bring Apel with them. They all move their way past Matheson except for Apel. So in the end, it's Pearson now up in the race lead with 2 minutes to go. Now Poland makes a bit of contact as they battle again.
And as this battle continues along, this is going to be one to really watch and see how they go through. Because I'll tell you right now, this battle is not over until the checkered flags fly in under 2 minutes plus 2 laps to go. So call it about 4 minutes of racing left for anything to come along here for this front group as they head through and continue to fight their way along. Just watching here, Pearson trying to hold on. Roman pulling there through. Matheson back in third. Matheson going to be on a charge, though. Has the help of a little bit of slipstream here. Heading into sixth. Do you think about a dive to the inside into sixth? The answer is right now, no. It's going to be settle it in here. Hold on through the 270 degrees of turn 6, and now cutting the left-hander out of turn number 7 we go. Look over the shoulder there for Pearson. Pearson sees that it's pulling behind and is going to try to keep pulling away right now, heading into the end of sector 2 to start the third sector.
The ball's far out with less than a minute to go. Up on the board indeed here. Owen looks over the shoulder for good measure. Oh, wow. Pearson works on the clean air. Has the track to work with. You can see he's keeping things pretty at bay in the runoff. A lot of these drivers kicking up some dirt here this weekend. You see a rut built up on the left side of the racetrack on some of these exits here. Right here, turn 1 is a good measure. Some of the drivers that have kicked their left sides into the tires, up the pavement, caused the dirt to go flying and in turn their kart to go bubble. Looking at Poland though, ready to see when there's a chance to pull the pin. It's not now. Looking like we're coming up to 2 laps to go here as we're down to 10 seconds on the clock.
10 seconds on the clock here, and this battle continues along. So this lap plus 2 more to settle this out, and a dive down the inside there from Matheson on Roman Poland to try to get back up into second place. Does so. So now Matheson up into second here, but here's the problem as they battle. They need to keep in mind that that can let Ashton Pearson get a little bit more breathing room through. It's that old give and take game of what happens where as we come around here through the third sector. Look over the shoulder, just settle back in here into the final corner we go. Make it a clean exit, very clean exit, but a little bit faster of an exit there for Matheson. Cross the line. Poland's going to try to pull to the inside of turn 1. Does so. Great move there. Is going to hold on to second place here. Back behind. That's 5th place there of Gonzalez. Gets wiggly on the exit. Is going to lose out of this battle. 4 karts to battle for the win with 2 to go.
Few laps to go for the drivers to continue to sort out real quickly what's going to happen here. Right now, Pearson is led about a third of this race. It's finding his way up to the front. But Matheson and Poland continue to be amongst those who trade that second spot on the racetrack with a couple laps to go. Now, who gets the chance for the run? We've seen the middle sector provide a lot of opportunities for pounces today. Matheson will push Poland. Poland goes blocking on him instead for now. Now instead it's Matheson on the poke. They all still stay on the bumper of Pearson though. Coming up to the wing flag this time by. Pearson looks to stay in the perfect spot to try and hold on. Can he defend as they run into 1? He blocks to the inside. Already a lot of dirt kick up. They'll go behind into turn 1 with Matheson alongside for second. Back to the single file.
Back in a single file here, and you see Matheson with a clear point forward of saying, go get him here as we go. Pearson and Poland now sticking bumper into turn 6 as they go along, and here we go up through the run as they head down through 6, holding on. A little bit of lap traffic coming up, I believe, and that can change everything here. How do you navigate the lap traffic well, and does it give you an advantage, or does it take away any breathing room you have? Lap traffic stays very wide here through going along and stays all the way off out of the way, but it does cause a little bit of checking up there for the top 4 as they go down towards Schumacher and cross corner. Running wide there, Poland trying to pull back in down the run to the final straightaway.
There they go. Will there be an opportunity late? We've already seen 1 or 2 late lunges today. Nothing doing on Pearson. It's Pearson who points to the fans to celebrate. He gets it done over Pullen and Matheson. It's Pearson who wins in T4 Junior today here in Monticello. Oh, wow. What's going to happen when it comes to your 206s? Right now, Savage holding on Thaddeus Cucker still. They've stayed this way most of the way here, Brad. They're ready to close it out.
That they are here coming on Schumacher and Prost holding their way through that 780 there. Thaddeus trying to look for a different loop here. As you see Alexander Savage sitting right behind, coming into the final corner as we go. It's not going to be a pass. It is going to be Alexander Savage who is going to win the 206 Junior final here in this final run of Sunday. Final run for this class of Sunday. Frank.
Yes, indeed. So, Savage gets it done. Alexander Savage has been in the conversation, talking points amongst those drivers for the lead all throughout the weekend. Gets it done today over Ashton Pearson, Rob Pullen, and Tobias Matheson up the front of the field itself. April Gonzalez, Fortune, Farley amongst those in the top 7 with Hunman, top 80.